My name is Doreen Ketchens. I'm a clarinetist, and most weekends you can find us on Royal Street, but when we get the big gigs, we're someplace else.
When passing the corner of Royal and St. Peter in the French Quarter of New Orleans, you can't help but stop and listen to Doreen Ketchens and her jazz band. After playing for 22 years alongside her husband Lawrence in the Quarter, her rich voice and brilliant clarinet solos are familiar sounds to this part of the city. She's played for 4 presidents and multiple ambassadors from all over the world, but her presence is humble and warm. For Doreen, every audience is worth performing for, and here's her story.
In the Quarter on the streets for about 20, maybe 22 years, something like that. I was better at music than anything else from the beginning. I started playing the clarinet in 5th grade. Principal came on the loudspeaker and she said, anyone interested in joining the band, report to the band room immediately. So I was like, oh my goodness gracious, I raised my hand. Of course, everybody else raised their hand too. So he picked a few of us, and I was one of them. And we were running down the hallway, we were so happy, you know. And I went to the band room, and they had all these wonderful pictures of instruments, you know. I mean, you name it, it was there. So the band director, you know, he asked, he said, what do you want to play? He started at the front row. The girls say flute, the other girls say flute, the other girls say flute. I'm like, well, I don't want to play it now. It's a real common instrument. So by the time he got to me, I was like, well, what's that instrument next to the flute? He said, that's a clarinet. I said, I want to play clarinet. I started, you know, going to the band room and stuff like that, and I was good, you know. I was average at everything else. But on the clarinet, I was really good without really, you know, trying much at all. So I just excelled at it, you know, and it was really cool. When I went to junior high school, you know, these guys were big and, you know, they were really good. They were doing things I couldn't do on the clarinet, you know. So I just gave up. Without trying, I just gave up. I kept playing. I kept going to class and stuff, but, you know, I lost interest. And the band director, he used to make fun of me, you know, because when people couldn't play something, he said, wait a minute, let's let Doreen play it, you know. So I get up there, and I tried to play, and I squeaked and I squawked. It was awful. That day, I actually went home, and I took the book with me, and I said, well, I'm going to practice so this doesn't happen again, because I'm kind of tired of being, you know, the butt of everybody's joke. I was at the end of the book. By the end of an hour, you know, it was like amazing. And I was like, man, I've been wasting a lot of time. I'm not going to waste any more time. I went to school the next day, and I said, boy, I hope he calls me today, because today I am ready for everything and everybody. And I played it, and I played it very well. And he went, Doreen, you know, from there. And I was like the teacher's pet and everything from that point, you know. So after that, I got accepted at the Hart School of Music in Hartford, Connecticut. He was my boyfriend then. My husband, he came up there too. We were both going there playing music and having a good time. And then his father developed cancer, and you know, he died while we were there. And then my father died a month and a day later. So we went and decided overnight that we were just going to go home. So we packed up as much as we could in our truck and our car, and we came home. Well, when we got here, it was great being here with them and everything. We ain't had no money. So we were walking out here one day, and my husband, he said, you know, we saw some people playing music on the street, and he said, well, you know, we could do that. And I'm like, you must be kidding. I'm in college. I'm not playing music on the street, you know. I'm like, but love makes you do crazy things, you know. So we tried it. And we made good money, you know. It's like, oh, this is cool.
As you stop to listen to the band, Doreen's place in the community becomes more and more evident. Horse and buggy tour guides wave to say hello, and locals on their bikes blow kisses to her as they pass by. The clarinetist has established a place for herself amongst the French Quarter community.
Grabbing a sense of community, let's see. I tell you, you know, we have to get up really early in the morning to get a spot just to play. And we play for long hours, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. It's a community amongst the band. It's sort of like family, you know, because we spend a lot of time together, go through ups and downs, and, you know, sometimes we argue and stuff like that. But it's cool because we make music together, you know. A lot of times when it's slow or it's cold or something like that, the music makes the time fly, And as far as my husband, I mean, we sometimes we do 12 hours out here, and I don't think I could do 12 hours out here with anybody other than my family. Since God gave us each other, we're able to come out here and earn a living and, feel good about ourselves and be together. You have to respect everyone. You can't just not respect someone because of the way they look or, a habit they might have or something like that, Even the people who sleep on the streets and stuff like that, they care for us too, I mean, as much as you can. I mean, it's not like they love us or, we love them or anything, but there's a mutual respect, and somewhat concern, Sometimes they're down on their luck, and they need you to give them a little hand. But other times when they have money, they come and put money in the kitty too, and they don't have a place to live, So it's just, there's a whole lot of community essence out here. I think, a lot of what I became, started with clarinet. I really and truly do.
Although the clarinet gave Doreen the opportunity to play anywhere in the world, she's chosen New Orleans, the place she calls her home. This is Clareline with Brown Ledge Radio. This is Claire. With Brown Ledge Radio. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This is Clareline with Brown Ledge Radio.